Hello traders, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a chief analyst in all party research and analysis, and this is daily analytical report where we continue to look for decent trading setups on the market. And first we need to start with the calendar because today will be very busy. As you can see, we do have an interest rate decision and monetary policy statement in 9 hours. Well, we do not expect change in the rate, but definitely statement will be interesting. Also, today is a PMIs day. As you can see, we got PMIs from UK, which came worse than expectations, from Eurozone, which came in line with expectations, from Germany worse, from Italy worse. And we are still waiting for ISM PMIs from US in 5 hours. So today actually we start that busy time in the calendar because you can see that tomorrow we'll have the interest rate decision from UK, speech from Mark Carney as well, trade balance data from Australia, and on Friday we finish that with non-farm payroll, so also important data. And with that being said, let's move to the calendar. Yesterday we are somewhere here and we were optimistic on dollar to yen, and this is exactly what happened. So this is one of the best setups. Recently, unfortunately, I didn't open this position. I was thinking about opening this position here. That would be a great call, and this movement is very technical, like upswing, correction, upswing, correction, upswing. Now we do have another correction. Why we were saying about the possibility of a long position is this inverse head and shoulder formation, left shoulder, head and right shoulder, and this formation is bouncing from an important support created by this long-term downtrend line, broken downtrend line, which is upper line of the symmetric triangle. So we got a pattern, we got a candlestick, we got a breakout of the horizontal resistance, a really nice buy signal. Price currently met this horizontal resistance here, so maybe we'll have a correction and then a further upswing. Also, we are back inside the uptrend line, which makes it a false breakout, so it's an additional bullish factor. All that together is really positive, and we should see the price aiming higher and soon. Maybe we'll have a small correction first and then a further upswing, but that is a still very interesting buying opportunity. American dollar to euro to American dollar yesterday resulted with a upswing, breaking the upper line of the symmetric triangle, but I told you that breakout alone shouldn't be significant because there is this horizontal resistance here, and this is exactly what happened. The price tested this resistance twice, failed, and now is going lower. That was also a very good sell signal. Here stop loss here on 25 pips, the biggest drop 50, so 2-to-1 in terms of the risk to reward ratio. That is beautiful. With this bounce, we are seeing a chance for a further drop, but I think it all depends from the reaction on the Fed statement. We are still waiting for what's gonna happen here with this head and shoulder pattern. Breakout of the lower line of the symmetric triangle will trigger us a sell signal, and breakout of the red area will trigger us a buy signal. So this is actually a great place to trade. So price closing and an hourly candle, even hourly candle above the green area, will be a super strong buy signal. American dollar to Swiss franc. Here the price bounced from the horizontal resistance, went lower, and the beginning of the week, as you can see, Monday was very negative, but yesterday the price came back to test the recent support as close as resistance, and today the price broke this resistance. The sell signal is not yet cancelled, No, but sellers need to be very cautious because it would be better for them if this resistance resulted with a drop. But here what I can see is a possible flag pattern. So this is an uptrend flag and this can result with a further upswing. But for the proper buy signal we need to see the breakout of this green area first. Once we're gonna see this breakout of the green area first, that can be a buy signal for the American dollar against the Swiss franc. Now Swiss franc to Japanese yen, which bounced from the lower line of this wedge formation, broke this mid-term downtrend line here. So that was actually as you can see, maybe not the wedge, but more of a flag, not a flag, but more of the wedge. Upswing, wedge, upswing. Now the price is trying to break this horizontal resistance. If it will result with a double top formation, that will be a super strong sell signal, but for the double top formation we need to see the price reversing and closing H4 candle below orange support. Once the candle will close below orange support, and for example on a daily chart we'll draw a bearish engulfing, that will be a strong sell signal on Swiss franc to Japanese yen. Euro to Australian dollar. Well, I don't know if you have enough or no or not, but we are still in a sideways trend. So this sideways trend is present here since the end of June. So over a month we are in a sideways trend now with the volatility of 170 pips, with the range of 170 pips, and we are still waiting for the breakout of the support, sell signal, breakout of the resistance, buy signal. Simple as that. Most recently the volatility decreased, the price is below 61.8 and above 50% Fibonacci. So instead of the movements for 170 pips, we do have movements for 110. So that is like a small rectangle inside of a sideways trend. The rectangle is close to the downside, so with this maybe the breakout of the downside is more probable. New Zealand to Canadian dollar. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar, that was good. Symmetric triangle breakout, test of the broken support. This lower line of this of the symmetric triangle was tested as a support, is tested as a resistance, and a further drop. Remember that on a weekly chart we are on a very important support, which is this uptrend line and this uptrend line here. So it is actually a great place to buy, but the thing is that once you're gonna see a breakout here, that will be also a great place to sell. Euro to Swiss franc. Here the pair is in a deep downtrend since the middle of April. Then the price creates a wedge. Wedge is a trend continuation pattern, so as expected results with a breakout of the lower line of the wedge. At the end of the wedge the price is creating a head and shoulder pattern, left shoulder, head and right shoulder. We break the lower line of the wedge, test it as a resistance and go lower. Then we break the neckline, this yellow area is the neckline of this head and shoulder formation. We break it, test it as a resistance, we go lower, test it as a resistance again. Today the price is testing the neckline as a resistance again, but also in the same time we are testing the midterm downtrend line. First contact with this resistance is negative and the price is respecting this area, but for me this bounce is not convincing. I will need to see the price much lower than this before opening a short position. There is a danger of the inverse head and shoulder formation, so left shoulder head and right shoulder. There is still a danger that the price will eventually break this level. So price closing hourly candle above the yellow area will be actually a buy signal, and buy signal based on the fact that we would receive something like that which is a wedge. That will be an uptrend, wedge, uptrend. So price closing today above the yellow area, and that is a strong buy signal. Now WTI oil. Oil resulted, oil is dropping right now, oil is going down, and it was expected by us for quite some time. So the price was going down. There was this wedge or a flag. We spotted that flag a few days ago, and this flag resulted with a breakout of the lower line of the flag. And those movements are very technical. So first we broke the lower line of the flag, then we tested the horizontal support, we bounced from the support, we tested resistance, and we went lower below the support, below the horizontal support. Then this horizontal support after the breakout was tested as a resistance, and now the price is aiming lower. So what is the aim for the current drop? And the aim for the current drop is the blue area around $66.6 per barrel, which in the same time is long-term uptrend line here, this black line, and most probably even deeper this green line here. And the breakout of the orange line and the green line will be a super strong sell signal, which will trigger this triple bottom formation, triple top formation, I'm sorry. And now Bitcoin. That is a very interesting situation, because as you can see on Bitcoin, we had this inverse head and shoulder formation here, bouncing from horizontal support. Then we broke the neckline, this orange line is the neckline, and we aimed higher. Then the price created a rectangle, which is a trend continuation pattern. So uptrend started here, trend continuation pattern, uptrend. Then the price broke the long-term downtrend line, here this blue one. After the breakout of the downtrend line, the buy signal was created here, and the price created a pennant. Pennant is a trend continuation pattern, so that formation should result with a further upswing with the breakout of the upper line. Buyers failed to break the upper line of this formation and went lower. The price went lower, and the price went to test the combination of two important supports. First one was the long-term downtrend line here, and the second one was the upper line of the rectangle here. And as for now, you can see that the price is reversing. That is a good place to buy, actually. And in my opinion, I'm not a fan of Bitcoin, of cryptos, but from technically speaking, as long as we are above the blue line and the gray horizontal support, as long as we are above, the sentiment is positive. As you can see on H4 chart, the price created a piercing pattern, which is a legitimate signal to go long. So again, as long as we stay above the daily lows, the sentiment in my opinion is positive, and the price can continue to go higher. Silver. Silver was in a very interesting place because the price was yesterday broke the downtrend line here, midterm downtrend line. This downtrend line which connects the lows since the beginning of July, but today the price went lower, so this can be considered as a false breakout actually, and can result with a further drop. The buy signal will be created once we will break this lower blue line, which is very, very probable. British pound to Canadian dollar. Again, I had the short position here, stop loss here, so as you can see, 60 pips stop loss, and now the price is 170 pips lower, and was at some point 200 pips lower. So that was a great call. Unfortunately, my stop loss order was taken here. Anyway, and the price is respecting horizontal levels. Here, this blue one with a great accuracy. Price is respecting dynamic resistance as well. Horizontal level is respected here as well. So now the price is above this horizontal support, and the breakout of this yellow line, price closing below let's say weekly lows from yesterday, price closing below them, will be another great signal to go short. New Zealand dollar to American dollar, the price is creating a symmetric triangle. Breakout to the downside will trigger a new sell signal, and breakout of the upper line, actually I would wait for the breakout of the orange resistance, would give us a strong buy signal. We can say that the trend line was already broken, but it didn't result in anything spectacular. So I guess that the trend line is no longer respected here, and you shouldn't look at it. In my opinion, like definitely the breakout of the orange area would be a buy signal, because that would mean a false breakout below the yellow area. Euro to New Zealand dollar is the same, locked inside of a sideways trend, the same as Euro to Australian dollar. Maybe in Euro to Australian dollar it's a bit more technical, but here is not so bad either. So an upswing, a flag. We are waiting for a possible upswing. Upswing is more probable because that's a flag after the upswing. Flag is a trend continuation pattern. And also we failed to touch the lower line of the flag. The price is stopping on a horizontal support here, which increases the chances for the price to reverse. So here the upswing is more probable. On the other hand, here the downswing is more probable. So that would mean buy Australian dollar and sell New Zealand dollar. So that would mean a long position here on Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, and we will see. Actually, we can see now if it makes sense. It does make sense based on the fact that we had a false breakout below this horizontal support here. And the price, in addition to that, the price is breaking now this downtrend line, tested that as a support, and most probably we will aim higher. Let's come back to here. American dollar to Canadian dollar is still pushing lower. Most recently we tested that, that orange area as a resistance, went lower. Now we are below the yellow area, and those movements are choppy. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna trade in this on this pattern. A bit of the pair lost for me the technical analysis here, and those movements are too choppy, so I won't tell you about my idea for trading this pair because I have no clue actually. Euro to Canadian dollar, the setup is from yesterday. It's a very good setup, so a breakout of the mid-term uptrend line, then reversal, the price tests the horizontal resistance, support, 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 after the breakout resistance, also 50% Fibo, the price tests it and goes lower. Very clean setup from the price action. There's buyers can have hope for this, which is a flag, downswing, upswing, flag. They can still have a hope for an upswing, but price breaking the blue line will be a strong sell signal. Euro to Japanese yen. Yesterday we said that it's a very good buying opportunity, and look what happened. Boom, the price went significantly higher. Here, then a correction, then higher again. I don't think that the support is respected. I think we can change it like that, and that there is this resistance here. So yes, those will be the most important supports and resistances. Breakout of the orange area, buy signal. Breakout of the yellow area, sell signal. And this Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar, as we said, a false breakout below this horizontal support here, along with the beautiful inverse head and shoulder pattern, gives you a buy signal, and now the price is following that, and the price is going higher. So also that's what the trend is, the price making higher highs and higher lows. As long as with the price making higher highs and higher lows, we should continue with the upswing. So here we do have a chance for a further upswing, which is in line with our expectations about Euro to Australian dollar and Euro to New Zealand dollar. Here, New Zealand dollar to Swiss franc, which since the middle of April is respecting technical analysis with a high accuracy. So there is a drop, there is a flag, there is a drop, there is a flag, there is a drop, and now the price is creating a triangle. Breakout to the downside, so breakout of the lower line of the triangle along with the green support will be a super strong sell signal, because it would mean a comeback below the horizontal support. But breakout to the upside would be a nice buy signal, because it would confirm this false breakout. So I carefully wait for the situation to develop. Gold. If we adjust this trend line here, and this, actually it's, yeah, yesterday we had this drop. That's a descending triangle pattern, which should result with a further drop. But for me, the situation gold is no longer super technical, so I will avoid saying about my view on this instrument. I would say that comeback above the orange area would be a nice buy signal, but we are far from it. Okay, we have some time. Let me show you what's happening on the indices. On S&P 500, let's try to look for decent setups there. S&P 500 is trying to draw a head and shoulder pattern. That's the neckline of this formation. Breakout of the blue area will give us a short-term, mid-term, let's say mid-term sell signal. Also look at this support. Breakout of this support. So breakout of this neckline and this support will give us a sell signal, because that would be a false breakout. So false breakout created with head and shoulder pattern. That can be huge. Let me see also DAX. DAX is one of my favorite indexes. And DAX is trying to avoid this head and shoulder pattern. Unfortunately, I don't have a clear trading pattern here. Maybe FTSE. Oh, FTSE is much better, because on a FTSE you can see a long-term channel up formation, and here the dynamic support is pretty clear. The dynamic resistance is pretty clear too. That was a test of this horizontal resistance, and the breakout of the blue line may bring us a strong downswing based on this. Let me check the Fibos. As you can see, that's an important support, 23.6, long-term uptrend line, lower line of the wedge pattern, and the first target will be definitely on 38.2. So yes, that can be interesting. Maybe we'll see a small bounce and then a drop. Definitely, situation on FTSE is one of the best on the indexes now. Short recap: American dollar to Japanese yen meets horizontal supports and goes lower, but most probably we will see a breakout. Euro dollar tries a reversal today, but most probably we'll see continuation of this drop. American dollar to Swiss franc, nothing here, waiting for the breakout from the sideways trend. New Zealand dollar to Canadian dollar, nothing. Euro to the Swiss franc, most possibly a bearish downswing. WTI downswing, Bitcoin bouncing from the important support. Silver, no signal here, no. Here waiting for a breakout soon. We should get that really soon. Here, no. Here possibly a strong sell signal, and here possibly a strong sell signal. So yes, one of the best signals was on dollar to Japanese yen, and you remember that we were telling that for a long time, since here that breakout of this blue line will give us a buy signal. That's what's happening. I hope you use that for your favor. Now guys, a short break, and after that a webinar about the fundamental analysis. I hope you will all attend this webinar. For now, thanks very much. In the meantime, do not forget to check out our Twitter account and our website alpari.news. I wish you all the best in trading and this month, because it's the first day of a new month. So I hope that you will end this month with profits on your account, and good luck and see you soon.